What's up, bro? You can hear me, right? Alright. I'm just doing a little bit of streaming on here. So I go to work soon.
7 foot even. Number 20.
I'm gonna start doing that often too. Game streaming on here live and all this other stuff. I need a camera. I need to find that Jason's camera.
A moment here to see
That's
the
what I
numbers
need.
for CJ McCollum.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. Dimon at the 1 with Thomas at the 2. Nicholas Claxton out there with MP. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. And for Washington, Alexander Sarr out there with Keyshawn George. Then there's Carlton Carrington. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward.
I need
Tim,
to probably
the
want.
earlier portion of an NBA season.
I don't
As
know
a
when
player,
though, but
was this part easier, harder, or
dang,
about
not
the
them trying to
same
double
as down
team
the
me.
stretch?
No, BA, I think it was a little easier early in the
yeah.
season because
You're right,
your
man.
body
Good shot.
felt fresh. There was an adrenaline and a newness to the season. Often later in the year, you get much more worn down physically.
And if you're in contention, the pressure and the stress picks up as well.
No doubt, particularly coming out
It's all
of those
good. It's all
dog days,
good.
the dead of winter.
And the Nets with possession here. The Wizards making their last shot. Here's MP. The shot from the low post is good. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the
Let's
most
go.
efficient
Let's
games
go.
you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance.
You still here, bro?
Everything fell for him,
Still
and
on?
It looked like he was a man amongst boys.
Now here's Middleton. The bank shot, no good. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, the Nets trading this summer for Michael Porter Jr. And after playing a complimentary role in Denver with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Welcome in, Chad. How y'all doing today?
A focal point. He said he's not really a big city guy with all the traffic. But listen, he can expect plenty of crowd.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that live. I mean,
He
you
can
got
heat up in a hurry.
tap the screen. Y'all hit that
Shams,
like
thank you.
button.
There's Dimon. The Wizards making their
Y'all
last
subscribe
shot.
to my channel. And I hope y'all
Here's
enjoy this
MP.
live screen.
Rebound
I
Washington.
missed that.
Played in the previous game on their schedule. They lost to the Rockets.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Let's call it what it was. They got overwhelmed.
Oh, look at him fly.
Look at that power.
And we are witnessing some classic high-flying action.
Is that a crowd pleaser or what? No matter what building you're in.
Wow, I am speechless at the kind of athleticism needed to pull that off.
George for 3. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist. Middleton's got 3 assists now in this one. MP against George. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good. And so McCollum will bring it up for Washington.
I'm
All right, let's get a
not
report
not
from
fully.
Allie.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you said
Wizards are
let you know
letting
what I
their
get
young
paid.
guys learn on the fly. Guard Buck Carrington said the whole
I'm just trying to keep to
organization
85
communicates
and
to us often.
you know,
We
85 and
drafted you guys for a
70%.
reason, they say. Don't be scared to
When I
make
have a
a
little
mistake.
something, I'll let you know.
Use the things that got you here and see
I
if
like
it
you
sticks.
too.
Guys, back
I'm
to you.
sorry.
Learning on the job. All
Boy.
right, Allie. Thanks a lot.
What's up, Chad? Welcome in, y'all.
Oh
I'm telling the people
146
welcome
left in
in
the
who will be
opening
joining my
quarter.
live.
yeah, what's up, y'all,
Screen
man?
on
It's
Porter.
the
To the
Baby
paint.
Money World. I'm just going to also
Sarr
make
with the
content. I
basket.
can't
On
do
the
live
assist by
streams.
Middleton.
Watching on
And
Twitch.
defensively,
They
you
can't archive.
just cannot let Sarr get that ball inside.
A huge part of the Milwaukee Bucks 2021
You need to start working on your YouTube shorts. You need to start posting videos on them.
24 points a game.
I'm gonna help you get some subscribers up.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna hopefully, when I be able to join, just put my YouTube in there, or like, they be able to see my YouTube.
You know what? Bring us on right now.
Kispert's checked in for
go.
Washington. Koulibaly comes in for Carrington. So the Nets making a switch here. Free throw good, MP. And Tim, you played your longest stretch with this Washington franchise. How hungry are these fans for sustained success?
Yeah, there's been some lean years, and unfortunately only one banner. Going back to 19 times ahead.
Koulibaly with a screen on Johnson. Outside Koulibaly. Tries it from the top of the key. That one doesn't drop.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Outside Porter. Pass to Johnson. MP up top. 6 on the shot clock. Outside man. From 20 feet. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Washington making some changes. Bagley's checked in for Sarr. Whitmore comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Johnson in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Whitmore. Looking at his numbers. Currently, he's averaging around 9 points a game. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Pulls it. Clowney pulls it in.
Yeah, that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
Johnson passes to man. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. The 3 ball. And it's Bagley with a rebound. Now Koulibaly. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Brooklyn out in front, leading by a point. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Brooklyn.
Well, guys, early on, they're driving the lane constantly, using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration.
And another thing that has really opened up the rest of the floor is their damage from the mid-range area.
Kispert is out there with Bilal Koulibaly. Then there's Johnson. Then there's Whitmore. And it's Gill in at the center position. That's the group for Washington right now. First free throw is good. Well, Grant, when it comes to exciting young guards who can really fill it up, Trey Johnson's name has to come to mind.
Yeah, no question about it, B.A. This kid can score in a variety of ways, and his confidence is what makes him so dangerous in this department.
Jones, he's checked in for Washington. And that's good as he hits both shots. Everyone has their opinion on the game, and some fans believe too many threes are being taken.
Well, teams are going to do what wins games. As far as the aesthetics of the game, does the league office want to make an adjustment? We'll just have to wait and see.
The shot by Johnson, no good.
It's a missed opportunity, and that is one he would love to have back.
Pass to Wilson. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
And Washington making a change here. Champagne's checked in. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, Trey Johnson, the rookie showing out.
Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Here's Clowney. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Clowney's got his first basket.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
steps back and shoots. The shot by Johnson, no good.
That is a missed opportunity. He'd love to have that one back.
To the inside. Back to man. Pass to Wilson. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Washington making some changes. George, he's checked in for Champagny. Chris Middleton comes in for Whitmore. And it's Carrington in for Johnson. Brooklyn also changing it up. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Wilson. Cam Thomas comes in for Williams. Dimon comes in for Johnson. And here's Kispert. Now Middleton. He's guarded by man. Back to Kispert. Out of bounds, it'll be the Nets ball. And the Wizards last season with the worst record in the Eastern Conference. Grant, second in losses only to Utah.
Yeah, B.A., the course is clear. Development and youth. The losses can be tough to stomach, but...
Here's Dimon. The putback. It's hauled in by Carrington. The Wizards with a lead. Three-pointer is up. Middleton knocks it down from distance. Middleton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Here's Dimon. Still no points. Out of bounds, it'll be Wizards ball. Sarge checked in for Washington. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Now here's Carrington. He's coming off a 19-point game against Houston.
But he also picked apart the defense with his passing. I mean, this guy can really read the floor.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said, growing up, basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this. More than if everything had just been smooth. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's Middleton. Good as the jump shot falls. Middleton's got 5 now. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. Pass to Claxton. Here's Thomas. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Claxton a screen on Coulibaly. 6 to shoot. Here's Thomas. It's rebounded by Washington.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Porter against George. Pass to Coulibaly. Back to George. 4-3. And Alexander Sarr going to pick up the foul here. That's his first foul of the game. And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Coulibaly. And the Nets also making a change. MP is checked in for Mann. Nets trail by 3. All right, Tim, let's focus on Bilal Coulibaly. 6'8", 7'2" wingspan. My goodness.
And tremendous tools for a wing defender, B.A. He was a late bloomer, and he's still working on his skill level. But if that comes along, watch out.
Middleton passes to McCollum. And George with the jam.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
That one's good for 2. Claxton's got his first basket of the night.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
Nothing will drive your coach crazier than what you just saw. Lack of focus, lack of effort.
The crossover. MP with the block. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. The 15-footer. It's rebounded by Washington. And here's Carrington. He's got 5. Drills it from deep. Middleton's got 8 points in the quarter.
Now, if you're the defense, you can't allow Middleton to heat up out there. I mean, he can be so efficient from long.
Wow! Just wow!
Oh, my goodness.
Players wish they had that kind of lift off the floor.
Supremely athletic move. That's a highlight.
Now, it is something special to be born with that kind of verticality.
A big-time effort for Chris Middleton, providing a lot of energy for the Wizards. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after.
They've been playing very unselfish. I'm telling you, these guys are feeding off the ball movement. And as a basketball fan, it's...
All right, fellas, time now to take a look at these early season standings in the East. Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one.
Yo, welcome in, Chad. Welcome in.
So on the floor for Brooklyn, the tandem on the perimeter, Thomas and Porter Jr. MP is out there with Nicholas Claxton, and it's Dimon in at the point. Middleton outside, the three, that's in. Coming off an assist from McCollum. Middleton's got 11 points.
And Middleton has so much confidence in his jump shot, especially from the three-point line.
Here's MP, and he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. 16 points for him. Wizards leading by 3. Middleton outside. McCollum looks around. George outside. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
From deep, MP. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the D side.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Sarr with it. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. And Legs is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense, Brian, I ever played against were those mid-90s Bulls teams when you had to go up against Jordan and Pippen on either wing. And then more modern-day players like Drew Holiday, even a guy like Tony Allen when he was in Memphis, they stand out to me as well.
First team all-defense, Tony Allen.
Year in, year out, a nightmare to go up against.
Pass to Carrington from deep. Claxton with a rebound.
Well, it's still a good start to the half. They had to miss sometime.
And here's MP from outside. And the Nets, another 3.
You can't play much better than this. That's 4 straight to start the half.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. The Wizards have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Washington moving the ball around. George passes to McCollum. Now here's Middleton. George sets a screen. And again, Washington, no good. And so MP will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. For the lead. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And he's carried them this quarter, a dominant offensive stretch.
Middleton passes to McCollum. George in the post, covered by MP. To stop the run. Misses from close range.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
The Wizards trail by 6. Middleton outside. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. MP up top. Wow, with some power.
Wow, going to the top floor.
And the double clutch jam wows the crowd. Now a timeout called by Washington.
They're just giving away a run right now. The question is, can they stop the tide?
Well, let's pump the brakes right here. Put a Band-Aid on this, and you've got to turn it around. The momentum is going the other way.
Washington making some changes. Kispert comes in for Sarr, and it's Coulibaly in for Middleton. Brooklyn also changing it up. Clowney comes in for Claxton, and it's Mann in for Porter Jr. There's McCollum with the three. The rebound by Mann.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks and then D up.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
And one thing about this league we know, momentum can change in an instant.
George outside. Pass to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. And another miss by Washington.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
MP outside. From down in the low post, it goes. And now it's a 12-point Brooklyn lead.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. McCollum outside. No good again that time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. More 2K action in just a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Bilal Coulibaly. Chris Middleton is out there with Corey Kispert. Then it's Marvin Bagley. And it's Johnson in at the point guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. The Wizards trail by 12. Inside. Kispert, the pass to Johnson. Fires from deep. Nails it from 3.
A big part of why Johnson went in the top 10, Trey's three-point shooting. I mean, he was NBA ready from day one.
Pass to Porter. Off the mark there with a 3. Washington's gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Outside Johnson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's what you get with Johnson. He is always hunting for good looks.
Johnson against Johnson. Fires the 3. Rebound by Middleton. And so Middleton will bring it up for the Wizards. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Here's Bagley. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And Washington will go for a different look here. Sarr's checked in for Bagley. George comes in for Kispert. Carrington, he's checked in for Coulibaly. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Johnson. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Clowney. MP comes in for Williams. Thomas, he's checked in for Mann. Dimon comes in for Johnson.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. Wizards trail by 7. Middleton with it. Now Porter defending. And it's Middleton driving. McCollum. George jams it home.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebound, one of his specialties.
Middleton against Porter. Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
Ooh, important points from Sarr. And just great recognition of the moment. Don't see that in a lot of young players. Wow. And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
A proven champion. Middleton is someone any team would love to have. A great player and a great locker room presence as well.
And he's good on the second. Nets leading by 6. Oh, touches it off the glass.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing
Yo,
mercy
what the
now.
man?
Yeah,
How
with
you
each
doing?
bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth. Here's McCollum.
It's going good. How's your day going?
On the take. Count it.
Yeah, with his
If y'all doing my live,
consistent shot.
gotta tap that screen. Y'all like the live. Y'all subscribe to my channel.
Another big night from him.
I truly appreciate it.
MP against McCollum. MP's doubled. Thomas outside.
I know you happy.
Here's MP. He gets 2 from the low post.
He must have visualized this one because everything is falling.
And the Wizards call timeout. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Wizards was getting across in the huddle. Coach telling their players, let's play with urgency. This is the game. I know we'll win if we play hard. Let's see how the team responds.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
I'm guessing you've been subscribed to my channel, then.
Coming in, not a lot of defense out there right now.
MP, a one-handed jam, rocking the rim.
Well, he's having a huge night, and so is this offense.
All you gotta do is tap your screen.
Outside George takes a 3. It's money from deep.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
And here are the Nets now.
Oh my God,
They
he's
had a
fouling me.
12-point lead earlier, and so they foul intentionally.
First team foul.
And an intentional foul right there.
Well, thank you.
Second team foul.
And I still made it.
And that increases the lead to 6.
No, I just got that. Oh, okay.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Every free throw is crucial in a close game. Nice work at the line.
Shout out to you. Appreciate you joining my live, by the way. I appreciate it.
He shoots. MP with the block. And now the Nets on the break. And it's good. He hits another one.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's stolen by MP.
They won't let you. It's okay. You don't got to.
Oh, that's a man on a mission right there.
Michael Porter Jr.
Oh, if that would have been in there, that would have been
Brooklyn
crazy.
easily grabbing this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
All right, now let's go courtside.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. A $50 and a win.
You're right back. Okay.
They'll say one doesn't mean much without the other. You really mean it, though? Isn't that what players have to say? What's the danger in admitting what anybody who's played at any level knows to be true? Scoring is fun.
Don, if I get 30 rebounds and we lose, nobody wants to know how much fun I had. All they care about is the L we just took. Points are a big deal to a lot of people, and I get that. But if you get them in a loss, it takes the air right out the room. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. I really don't. That's just how it is. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Loud and clear, MP. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Brian, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Dominic. Well, folks, that's going to do...
Yeah, that's all I've been grinding on here. So, you know, there's more to go. It wasn't easy at one point, but now it's like a lot easier. But we just gotta keep grinding, staying consistent with it. That's all that really matters, really. Yes, indeed, indeed. But, you know, you just gotta have faith. God comes first.
Welcome fans to 2K
Keep grinding.
Sports Tuesday night
You'll get it
presentation
at
of
some
NBA
point.
basketball. Tonight,
Hey, never mind, I just got a silver bro. So remember how I was telling you I was doing so good that I was getting a rebirth, right? So I just made this rebuild on a silver rebirth, and now I'm doing better than a 60 overall win out of bounds game from start to finish.
Take a look at the
Nets.
So I got a silver rebirth, basically winning. Like, I got a pilot win.
First spot with the best record.
Where his overall at now?
I don't know, I gotta check that. I gotta wait till after the Maple game. I'm beating them for it's 24-6.
Of the season, and that's shocking when you consider the kind of success they're coming off from a year ago.
Well, it's easy and my character, he's a shooting guard. Bro, he has good close shot.
Yeah, I play Fortnite.
He has good close shot, good shooting, like midi, 3-point. No, he has a bunch of stuff, and he can jump high and blocking is off the charts. His still interior defense is even better. He can set good screens, so like, and his strength is overpowered. So if he just sit there like this, and you run past him, and the defender hits him, like my character is not moving. He's gonna sit there like this.
In at the point. I know some would classify Derek White as underrated. Dan, what's your
that's good.
Well, Kevin, I would say he was underrated for a long time, but now I think we've all gotten smarter, and we all realize Derek White is one of the best guards in this league, period. I don't think he's underrated anymore, and I just think it took us a long time to catch up with how good he is.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Back to Tatum. Beyond the arc. And the rejection by MP. And finished off by Porter. Well, showing off the athleticism. At 6'10", Porter Jr. is a major problem inside.
Back to Simons. And here's Tatum for three. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. MP, no good. Boston's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Brown the pass to Boucher. Tatum with the screen on Thomas. White wide open. He fires. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against Washington. The shot's good. MP's got his second basket of the night.
Good way to start this game. If you want to get him rolling.
Welcome in, chat. If y'all new here, y'all subscribe to my channel. Y'all like the live.
He gets into a good rhythm early.
Hope everybody having a blessed day.
And it's Simons missing.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
MP kicks to Porter. Pass to Demon. MP with it. Picked up by Brown. Clock at 6. Three-pointer on the way. And it's Demon missing. The Celtics have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Start for them. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons. Player almost a decade younger. Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. If he can fit in defensively, he could be a long-term contributor, guys.
Yeah, he's more than capable. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. And the Celtics making a change here. Pritchard's checked in. And the shot's good for Boucher.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
Yeah,
oh,
whoa! That's just unfair.
You might get in trouble if you blow that. He nailed it.
He did, didn't he? It's worth the risk when the payoff is so good.
Well, from a coaching standpoint, I'm obligated to say, what's wrong with just a simple layup? But that was nice.
A 3 from MP. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. The Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jaylen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't want to break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, keep learning from these experiences. Back to you.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie. Celtics trail by 14. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Exploding off the floor. Give Tatum room, and he will show off his athleticism at your expense.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And MP with the basket on the assist by Porter. 14 points for MP. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside, White. To the paint. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Brooklyn shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Ronnie's checked in. Zaire Williams comes in for Porter. Mann's checked in for Cameron Thomas. And it's Johnson in for Demon. Here's White. Nothing on the board. Pass to Garza. Offline with his 3. And so it's Brooklyn. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get you back to the action after this break. here for Brooklyn. Celtics making a switch here. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Well, they shot it well because of how selfless they were. You need that kind of chemistry and cohesion on the road.
On the floor for Boston. Out on the wings for him, it'll be Simons and Brown. Sam Hauser is out there with Tatum, and it's Pritchard in at the point.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. To the middle, here's Tatum. Tatum gets it to go inside.
Well, look, Tatum has the length and strength to do damage in that.
Here's MP. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Outside, Simons. Pass to Hauser. From the arc. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they continue to control the glass.
MP gets number 9 to fall, who's only taken 10 shots.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And the dunk by MP.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
And here's Tatum for 3. That one doesn't drop. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Nets up 11. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
Thanks for joining us. And first off, let's take a look at the players of the week. On the Eastern side, MP.
Plenty of LOVE. That's what you can do about this game. Love it. Because that combination of skill and size, man, that big fella is taking care of business. Game in and game out.
Yeah, and that really that CONSISTEN. Anyway, consistency.
There you go.
That's what it's all about. Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Boston Celtics.
Guys, they're laying bricks out there. Shaq, I could read your mind as you were watching that.
I can't say that I was thinking out loud, not on this show.
Pointing out that they're shooting under 30% from 3. That's frosty. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at MP in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Guard spots filled by Demon and Thomas. MP is out there with Porter, and it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. It'll go, and the Nets' lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from White. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Brown finds Simon. White a screen on MP. Tatum passes to White, and White slams it in.
Well, White is a solid athlete. He's more than capable of getting up for these kind of throwdowns.
And yes, it's good.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities. Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Takes a three. Brooklyn with the rebound. MP's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here's the floater, and good that time. MP's got 29.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, guys. Jason Tatum keeping the main thing the main thing. He said there are players that get caught up in the lifestyle, and they choose that over the game. The money is a plus, yes, but I truly love the game because I love basketball, not for the things that come with it. Back to you, Kevin.
You'll love to hear it. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Brooklyn shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. And so Simons will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. A 12-point game. White is double. And here's Tatum for 3. Connects from 3-point range. Tatum's got 12 in the game.
Well, we've come to expect this from Tatum. Just so good at taking over games all by himself.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Brown outside. Steps back. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
And you think of all that Jaylen Brown has accomplished, Coach? Top of the list, 2024 Finals MVP.
Yeah, look, it's tough to beat that as an accomplishment, Kevin. To win your team a championship and be the biggest part of it. But what
in the air and down hard.
Oh, stop.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
Nobody's really watching. Keep on dancing.
Zaire Williams, he's checked in for the Nets. Pritchard, he's checked in for the Celtics. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter. White setting the pick for Pritchard. No good from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And they double up MP. Williams for 3. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Williams has got 5 points so far. 1:16 left to play in the third. In the corner, Tatum with it. And the rejection by MP. The Nets making a switch here. Ami's checked in, and then for Boston. Garza's checked in, and Sam Hauser subbed in for Brown. Just 5 to shoot. The 3 from Tatum. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Over in the corner, Pritchard. They need this. A rebound by the Nets. MP's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And the dunk by MP.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Porter's checked in for the Nets. Johnson comes in for Demon. Now Pritchard. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Hands it from downtown.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And that one drops for him.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitutions on the court.
Now here's Tatum. The three ball. No good. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Celtics. Out on the wings for him, it'll be Simons and Brown. Then there's Sam Hauser. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Garza in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pritchard against Johnson. On the wing, Williams. From outside the arc. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
Outside, Simons. Pass to Garza. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Brooklyn leading by 23. And here's Porter. Here's Clowney. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, it's been that kind of night for Porter Jr. He's in attack mode.
Inside. Garza gets the bucket.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Celtics also with a sub. Boucher is checked in. fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Johnson kicks to Williams. Screen by Claxton. Shot's good by Williams.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Boucher with a screen on Williams. And the dunk by Boucher.
Well, as his career has progressed, Brown's really improved his playmaking. Credit to him for putting in the work.
Claxton sets the screen for Johnson. Williams looking around. Off target with his three.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Hauser, fires for three, gets the three-pointer to fall.
Simon's becoming such a great distributor of the basketball.
Nets leading by 21. Man with it. Claxton a screen on Simon. Williams inside the line. Again, Williams missing.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Johnson for three. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Kick out to Brown. He is looking for Simons and finds him.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
Celtics trail by 19.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key.
Yo, welcome in, chat. How y'all doing today?
That translate to 14 wins on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
And it's Simons missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Claxton the pass to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Now, let's go to our sideline reporter, Dominic Hamill.
When I was growing up, and my dad would come home from work exhausted, he'd say it felt like he did his job twice. Tonight, you look to be doing the work of a few people, MP, especially on the glass, where you crossed the 20-rebound mark. How exhausting was that?
I don't know what Joe Pops did for work, Dominic, but rebounding gives me energy. Every time I grab one, it's like I'm filling up my takeover meter on 2K. Shout out 2K. GOAT mode stuff. Just how I'm built, bro. I mean, plain and simple.
Well, the fans are loving it, MP.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dominic, thanks a lot. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. We'll see you next time.
everyone, and welcome. We bring you a regular season game with extra importance. This is Game 3 of the NBA Cup, a vital group stage contest. In this game, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. Just a couple of weeks into the season, certain rookies are showing they belong in the NBA. Checking out the Rookie Race Watch. You look at MP, what an incredible start to his rookie season. Sitting in the #1 spot right now, but I'm sure this will be an exciting rookie race.
And you know his confidence must be soaring, sitting at the top of this impressive list of young talent.
Yeah, nobody has made a bigger splash than he has in this early part of the season. He's already living up to his potential.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. Dimon at the 1 with Thomas at the 2. Nicholas Claxton out there with MP. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. And for the Celtics, White and Brown are the wingmen. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. And it's Simons in at the point. Tip-off goes to the Celtics. And for both teams, it's Game 3 of the NBA Cup. But one of these teams is much more likely to advance than the other.
Yeah, but we've seen some crazy things in this tournament. Big momentum swing. So I don't put anything past anyone.
Oh, and the dunk by MP.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Here's Queta. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Tatum. Porter pulls it in. And it's Porter with the ball for Brooklyn. And
that was unbelievable!
Wow.
Now that is a finish for the ages.
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. Brown with it. He's been an important part of this offense, averaging around 22 points a game. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Tatum gets the bucket.
What's special about him is he is a natural leader and an active scorer. When Tatum is firing off the catch, you know he's feeling it.
And with Jaylen Brown on the wing, he feels like any given night he has the advantage in his matchup.
He's either too fast for the big guys or too strong for the small guys. That's the problem. He is a handful on both ends of the floor also.
Here's White following the bucket by Brooklyn.
Slow start, 1 of 4 to begin this game.
MP high post. Tatum's there. Simons with a steal. White with it, and it's Thomas picking him up. White, good.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Now here's Thomas. And the ball out of bounds. The Celtics will have it. Here's a look at the current NBA Cup standings for you. Right in the middle of group play.
Yeah, and at this juncture, you can't win the NBA Cup. Well, you can certainly lose it. Lots of teams are close to being eliminated. This is just such a fun competition.
Pritchard's checked in for Boston. For Boston, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Pass to Tatum. Back to White. Takes a 3. The shot no good.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Dimon. Screen by MP. He shoots. Offensive board. Here's Claxton. Lays it up and banks it in.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out.
Yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
The 3 is up. Again, the miss by Boston. Nets leading by 3. Pass to Dimon. Down low. MP. And MP throws it down.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
So it's Boston now, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Back to Brown. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Porter. The Nets have gone 6 of 7 and looking good. MP outside. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He might have seen something and needs a review with his guys. And Boston with some changes. Boucher's checked in for Queta. And it's Hauser in for Tatum. Now here's Hauser, covered by MP. Here's the pick. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's MP. Oh, yes! And he jams it home with authority.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Now here's White. He came away with 14 points in his last game.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Johnson finds MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
And finished off by Boucher.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. And so it's Brooklyn. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. Back to the game after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, the Nets pretty much in control here.
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Their backcourt, Pritchard and White. Chris Boucher out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Garza in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And Pritchard, here we go. Hauser hits a three-pointer. Hauser's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Yes, Peyton Pritchard doing it at the NBA level. He was a beast in the college range too, Richard.
All-time leader in games played, minutes, and assists in his conference. The only player to reach 1,900 points, 600 assists, and 500 rebounds in the conference. You know, that's pretty tough.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Boston making a switch here. Simons checked in. Brooklyn making a switch here. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about the upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you for the report. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said, JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Back to you.
A dangerous duo. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Here's Simons. Following the bucket by Brooklyn. Sinks it from distance.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Pass to Williams. To the paint. Here's Clowney. Got it. Good job in the low post. Clowney's got his first bucket in this one.
Doesn't have to break his momentum at all to catch the pass.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
The craziest fans will get a t-shirt. Tell everybody, make some noise. We know you all want a t-shirt, everyone. We'll be here, you get one.
And Boston with some changes. Garza's checked in for Boucher. Tatum comes in for Hauser. And it's Jaylen Brown in for Pritchard. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here in quarter two, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. RJ looking back at the trade that sent Durant from the Nets to the Suns. What a deal for Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was 4 first-round picks and a swap from the Suns. Also, the Nets got Mikal Bridges, who they shipped to the Knicks for 5 more first-rounders. Now, that's how you reboot a team.
Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. And the Nets also making a change. MP is checked in for Williams. Here's Dimon. Yet to see a basket. Back to MP. And MP throws it down.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Brown against Porter. Pass to Garza. This one for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Coming into this, having notched to win against Boston in their last game.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
Tough to keep the consistency from deep, but they did it last time.
Oh, look out! Ruthless!
Whoa. How is the hoop still standing?
Ooh. You can hurt yourself with moves like that.
It's worth it if you can pull it off, though.
Oh, he went full peacock mode there. Look, you know what they say. When you got it, you got to flaunt it.
Tatum from long range. The rebound by the Nets. Porter's got 5 rebounds in the game. And MP with a basket on the assist by Thomas. And it's now 22 points for MP.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Outside, Brown. The kick to Tatum. Will it go? Clock at 4. Hits the trifecta. Tatum's got his second basket of the night.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's MP. Tatum with the block.
You can't throw that weak stuff up around Tatum because he will put it right back in your face.
Simons, right side. The 3 is up. And it's MP with a rebound. MP's got 4 rebounds now. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And MP throws it down.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
First team foul. Substitution.
15 seconds left in the first half of this game. Out to Simons. Back to Tatum. MP with the block. He got it up. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
Boy, that was close. Got it in just in the nick of time.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season, but not too early to take a full assessment of the Eastern Conference standings.
When I look at Brooklyn, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. And let's move on now to those first two quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Boston Celtics.
I give credit to their opponent, forcing shooters off their spots, making them uncomfortable.
Yeah, it looks like these guys came in unprepared for that.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive. Brooklyn leading by 16. Kicking off the second half. Here's Jordi Fernandez's foul. He is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Demon in at the one.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Data no good. The floor is spaced for the Celtics, Richard, and they've launched threes at a record pace.
And when those shots are falling, they are tough to beat. But you live by the three, die by the three. Some say they settle when the shot's not falling.
It's stolen by MP. Okay, knockout.
Man.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that will play over and over again in the highlights.
Look at this crowd. They can't believe what they just saw.
Like, what? That looks like something you see at a dunk contest. The confidence to pull it off in the game, that's impressive.
Brown, no good. Brooklyn leading by 21. Here's MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
He's their go-to. They keep calling his number, and he delivers.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Now Brown, still without a bucket. Clock at 6. A shot to stop the run. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Stumbling to start the second half. 3 straight misses.
MP inside. He's covered by Simons. A nice shot by MP.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Simons passes to Brown. The kick to Tatum. Launches a 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got his 4th assist in this one. The Nets have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. MP, a screen on Simons. To the middle. Here's MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Here's Brown. It's wide right. Hits off the rim.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Brian?
You love that confidence. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Kick out to Brown. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Brown's got his first points of the game.
There is zero hesitation from Brown. This man is always ready to fire.
Outside Porter. Pass to Claxton. MP up top. Jacks up a three. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Simons. He's got 5. Tatum from long range. He buries it from 3. Tatum's got 6 here in the quarter.
Their three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
And the basket by MP.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Boston's gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Here's Tatum, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Richards checked in for Simons. Brooklyn also changing it up. Clowney, he's checked in for Claxton. Williams comes in for Porter Jr. And it's Mann in for Thomas. And here's Pritchard. No points yet. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. And it's MP with a rebound. MP's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And he banks in the layup. MP's got 48.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And so it's Brooklyn with a gigantic 33-point lead at the close of the quarter. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. Back after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Filling out the wings, it's going to be Simons and Brown. Chris Boucher out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Pritchard in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. With a healthy roster, the Nets got off to a good start last year, Richard.
Yeah, they were 9-10, playing good ball, but a few injuries, notably one to Cam Thomas, really shut down their season. And the Nets went 6-22 after the All-Star break.
Free throw good. Brown. All right, Grant, as someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team, give us your all-time starting 5.
And, you know, I think I'll go with 2 of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Overall, they've done a good job of taking care of the ball and limiting mistakes.
And the Celtics shooting just 34% so far in this one. Here's Tatum, and finished off by Tatum.
It's always good for this offense when Tatum is putting pressure on their interior defense.
Pass to Clowney. Outside, Williams. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Jason Tatum. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Following this game, they host the Magic. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor.
Digging deep, Simons to the hole himself.
Pass to Clowney. Back to Johnson. Here's Clowney. Lets the 3 fly. And Pritchard pulls it down. And here's Simons. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Showing the bounce. Simon says dunk.
Johnson passes to Mann. Pritchard against Johnson. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. The Celtics have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth.
Thank you, Phil. I appreciate the subscribe.
Outside Tatum. Cranked it in off the glass. Tatum's got 10 points here in the second half.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Changes here for the Celtics. Queta comes in for Boucher, and Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. Boston on D. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Left side man. And here's MP from outside. No luck on that one.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Tatum. Again, Boston.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assist.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. MP, the pass to Williams. Now here's MP. To win the drought. Good. He hits again.
Another 50-point game from him, and he is now 3rd in the record books for most 50-point games in a season.
You can't deny the greatness we've seen from him all year long. He has performed at the highest level, night in, night out.
And he's moved right past Kobe. Yes, Kobe Bean Bryant's 2007 season. What a remarkable accomplishment.
On target from range.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Nets.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout. But tonight, they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And so this will lock down their 15th win of the year.
And they've had their fingerprints all over this series, winning 2 straight and looking like they have this team's number.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for MP.
And there's no question his defense set the tone for his team and gave them the rim protection they needed. Outstanding effort.
MP, the pass to Wolf. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mann. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
White for 3. He drops it from range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Brown against Williams. Pass to Simons. Inside. Kick out to Brown. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. That win brings them to a 3-0 start for the group play stage of the NBA Cup.
And now they're focused on getting a clean sweep over their group before moving on to knockout rounds.
All right, let's send it over courtside to Dominic Hamill.
A memorable evening as MP passes 40 points in leading his team to victory. Before you were a star, MP, you were a fan. Is this kind of effort as special for you to experience as it was to watch when you were growing up?
Oh, 100%. It's not that I'm surprised or anything, but it always feels good to drop 30 or more. It doesn't mean much if you lose, though, but if you win, now that's the best feeling in the world. And that feeling never gets old.
Great. Thanks a lot, MP.
Yep.
Brian, back to you.
Okay, Dominic, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. So long.
That was years ago. When are you gonna look? Good game, MP.
My owners weren't underwater.
I was thinking you might send a list of short, middle, and long-term goals over my way, and I'll review and merge it. Oh man, how's your hamstring?
You know, it got out the other day. I've been trying to find all the pictures.
All right, Chad. I appreciate y'all joining my live stream. I'll catch you around the next live. I got to get ready to go to work, so I hope y'all be blessed and stay safe. But I'll definitely catch you around later. Y'all take it easy. D-Money out.